Hello my friends, I am back with another tag video. I saw so many of these tags going around, and honestly I was really scared to click on them until I saw that Kristen Game had done it, and I was like, well, if Kristen did it, it can't be that bad, because it just sounds so raunchy, you know, the first time tag, you know, and everybody's got these faces like the one that I had in my thumbnail, and it's like, I just was scared to click on it, but I was really thankful to have finally clicked on one, and it happened to be Kristen's, and I left a comment on Kristen's video, and Kristen commented back, she's like, oh my gosh, Jen, you should totally do this tag. So I take that as a tag from Kristen Game, who I absolutely adore. If you don't know her videos, I will put a link to her channel down below. She is amazing. She's really good at reviews, which of course is my favorite thing. Without further ado, I shall start the first time tag. The first question is, do you still talk to your first love? No. I am friends with him on Facebook, and I actually have run into him a couple of times. His name is Joe. I fell in love with Joe when I was in 8th grade, and he was so good looking, and he was in 10th grade, and I thought I was so cool because I was dating Joe, and we ended up breaking up because he was actually interested in my best friend, and they ended up dating for a while, and I was quite bitter against her for a while, but of course I eventually forgave her for that. My first job was at Boston Market. They were opening a Boston Market near me, and I did pretty much everything there. I learned how to do the cooking and the cleaning and the greeting and the everything. It was a brand new concept, and I was part of one of the first stores in my area. My first car was a 1984 Chevy Nova. Yes, it was a good car though. Ugly as it was a good car. I bought it for about $2,000 from one of my brother's friends, and it lasted me until I decided I was going to upgrade and buy a different car. So I had it for quite a while, even though it was not a very attractive car, if I might say so. Who was the first person to text you today? My sister-in-law, Amy, who was in the video where my niece and Amy, and we did the hair curling thing. She texted me this morning to tell me she wasn't going to make it to the gym because she wasn't feeling well. Who was the first person you thought of this morning? My son, because he came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, can I have milk, mommy? So he was the first person I thought of because his little face was right in my face. Who was your first grade teacher? You know what's, oh, I do remember. Just went in my head. My first grade teacher's name was Mrs. Daringe, and that's pretty much all I remember about her. She was my homeroom teacher and my math teacher, and then Miss Crisp was my reading teacher, and I remember we did a lot of worksheets in her class, and I remember that she was very mean, and she was old and wrinkly and scary, and I did not like her at all. I remember this one kid was absent for like a week, and she gave him this big stack of papers, and I remember telling her I didn't think that that was fair, that she gave him all those papers. I had some guts when I was a little kid. I did that a lot to different people when I didn't think they were being nice to one of my friends. I stood up for my friends and always got in a lot of trouble for it too. Where did you go on your first ride in an airplane? To Florida. My first best friend was Ellie. Ellie lived next door to me. I remember her house was blue. I think she was Korean, and she had this huge family, and she was like so sweet and cute, and she had this bright smile, and I was so mean to her. Like, I was the biggest bully because I always wanted to do what I wanted to do, and she was so sweet and cute that she would just do whatever I wanted to do, and I could like push her around. And I remember when it was later on in our friendship, we've been friends for like maybe a year or two, and Ellie finally got tired of me bullying her, and she actually punched me. And I remember being in her stairwell of her house, and she punched me, and I was like, what's up? And I ended up punching her back, and we ended up having this fight, and my older brother was there, and he was cheering for Ellie because he knew how mean I was to her, and he wanted her to win the fight. And even though I wasn't very nice to her, I would still call her my first best friend. My first sleepover, I remember, was at my friend Risha's house, and it was at Christmas time because that was when her birthday was, and I remember staying up as late as I possibly could, and it ended up being just me awake by myself because I wanted to stay up and no one would stay up with me, so I ended up being up by myself, and then eventually I fell asleep just because I got bored. Who was the first person I talked to today? My son. I already mentioned that. I told him we are out of milk is the first conversation I had. The first wedding I was in was a girl that I worked with at a place called the Cactus Grill. We were hostesses together, and her name was Robin. And I was in many, many more after that. before I got married myself. And I don't think I've been in one since I actually got married. No, I have been. I've been in one since I actually got married. What was the first thing I did this morning before I even brushed my teeth or went to, no. Did I go to the bathroom first? I think I might have gone to the bathroom first. But basically, the first thing I really truly did this morning was I made my kids breakfast. First concert I ever went to was epic. It was Poison, Slaughter, and Trickster. I was a huge CC fan. If you guys don't know who he was, I'll put a picture there. But yeah, he was the only one. It was funny because all my friends, we all had our people that we picked as our favorite band member of Poison, and CC was the only one left. So, because Ricky was married, so we couldn't pick him. So yeah, CC ended up being mine. I remember screaming really loud, "I love you, CC!" like in the middle of the concert when it was like super quiet and everybody turned around and looked at me like, "You are such a freak." First broken bone. I don't think I've ever technically broken a bone. I do feel like I broke my big toe not too long ago because it still hurts, but I'm not going to go to the doctors because I don't think there's anything you can do about a broken toe. First piercing. My first piercing was when I was 5. Not 5? Yeah, I was in kindergarten for my birthday and I wanted my ears pierced. So I got my ears pierced first. Not traditional piercing. When I was 20, I got my belly button pierced, and then I got this one up here pierced. But this is since my belly button's since closed. First foreign country that I went on an exchange trip to Canada when I was in high school with the band, because I was such a kiss up in high school that I somehow finagled my way as like an assistant to the band and got to go to Canada on their exchange trip. And it was really fun. I had a great time. I remember we went down to downtown Toronto and had a great time. That was when I had my first Kinder Egg, and I fell in love with Kinder Eggs, which you can't get in the States anymore, which totally bums me out. First movie I remember seeing is Annie. I loved Annie. I had a red polyester nightgown that I used to prance around my house wearing, even though it was ridiculously uncomfortable, and I used to dance. And back then the remote controls used to have a cord that would connect to the VCR, and I would sing into the remote and then I would throw it, and one day my dad caught me and yelled at me, and I never did that again. First detention, I remember that very well. It was in the 7th grade, and it was also in an English class, and I can't remember what the teacher's name was, but another really mean teacher, and she called my friend Grace stupid, and I didn't like that. She said what she did was stupid, and I didn't like that, so I said to her, "How dare you talk to her like that?" and I got detention. My first roommate situation was really bad. I moved in with 2 best friends. I was so the third wheel there. They ate my bagels, I remember us not getting along at all. They were very happy when I moved out. And yeah, that was a bad situation. First lessons you ever took. I don't know what that means. Oh, first lessons I took. I know what that is. My first lessons that I ever took was ballet and tap. I started that when I was 4 or 5. I started taking ballet and tap, and then I took those through high school. I took some kind of dance. First YouTube person I ever watched that was beauty related was Makeup Geek TV. Marlena, definitely fell in love with her and her channel, and she's definitely one of the inspirations for me starting this channel. And that is it, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed this tag. I'm going to tag a few people below. If I don't tag you specifically, make sure that you definitely know that you are tagged, and let me know if you do make this video. It was a really fun tag to do. I mean, I've said this before, I don't know whether people care about learning this stuff about me, but if you do, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below, and then hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. I typically do reviews for the most part, so if you like makeup reviews, definitely hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much to Kristen for tagging me. I appreciate it a lot. And I hope you all are doing well. Mad love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!